road here. The Senate will come to order. Members, please stand. Today we'll pause for a moment of silent prayer and reflection, and following that time, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, members. The Secretary will take the roll.
Senators Abler, Anderson, Bach, Benson, Bigham, Carlson, Chamberlain, Champion, Clausen, Coleman, Swazinski, Dames, Dibble, Dornick, Draheim, Duckworth, Dietzick, Eaton, Eichhorn, Eakin, Fate, Franzen, Friends, Gazelka, Goggin, Herr, Hoffman, Housley, Howe, Ingebritsen, Isaacson, Jasinski, Johnson, Johnson, Stewart, Kent, Kiffmeyer, Klein, Karan, Kunish, Lang, Latz, Limmer, Marty, Matthews, McEwen, Miller, Murphy, Nelson, Newman, Newton, Osmic, Pappas, Port, Pratt, Putnam, Rarick, Rest, Rosen, Rude, Senjum, Tomasoni, Torres Ray, Utke, Weber, Westrom, Uyghur, Wickland.
Pursuant to Rule 14.1, the following members intend to vote under Rule 40.7. Senators Abler, Anderson, Benson, Carlson, Champion, Clausen, Coleman, Swazinski, Dibble, Draheim, Dietzick, Eaton, Eichhorn, Eakin, Fate, Gazelka, Goggin, Herr, Ingebritsen, Isaacson, Johnson, Stewart, Kiffmeyer, Karan, Kunish, Latz, Limmer, Marty, Matthews, McEwen, Newman, Newton, Osmic, Pappas, Putnam, Rude, Senjum, Torres Ray, and Wickland. A quorum is present. We'll begin on the agenda today with the third order of business, messages from the House. The Secretary will read the first message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to announce the adoption by the House of the following Senate concurrent resolution herewith returned. Senate concurrent resolution number 4, relating to the adjournment for more than 3 days. Patrick D. Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
There's no action required on that message. The Secretary will read the next message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to announce the passage by the House of the following House files herewith transmitted. House file numbers 109, 310, and 844. Patrick D. Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
There's no action required on that message. The Secretary will read the next message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to announce the passage by the House of the following House file herewith transmitted. House file number 1064. Patrick D. Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
There's no action required on that message. Next, we'll move to the fourth order of business, first reading of House bills. The House files listed in the agenda will be given their first reading and referred as indicated. Next, we'll move to the fifth order of business, reports of committees. Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the committee reports printed in the agenda be adopted with the exception of the report pertaining to Joint Rule 2.03.
Discussion on the Johnson motion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Next, we'll move to the sixth order of business, second reading of Senate bills. The Secretary will read the Senate file numbers.
Senate file numbers 1124 and 1611.
These Senate files are given their second reading. We'll move to the seventh order of business, second reading of House bills. The Secretary will read the House file numbers.
House file numbers 333, 652, and 1438.
Second reading. We'll move to the eighth order of business, introduction and first reading of Senate bills listed in today's introduction calendar. Our Senate file numbers 2267 to 2293. These Senate files are given their first reading and referred as indicated. We'll move to the ninth order of business, motions and resolutions. We have several authors' motions listed in the agenda. We'll take these authors' motions as one motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Senator Utke.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File 1363 be withdrawn from the Committee on Health and Human Services, Finance and Policy and returned to its author. And Mr. President, I am the author.
Discussion on the Utke motion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Next, we'll move to the 13th order of business, announcements of Senate interests. Without objection, the following senators will be excused from today's session. Senators Klein and Pappas all day. Any announcements of Senate interest? Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate do now adjourn until Thursday, March 25th at 11 a.m.
Senator Johnson moves that the Senate do now adjourn until Thursday, March 25th at 11 a.m. All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. The Senate is adjourned.